Hi, I am super happy to once again be interviewing someone I met yesterday whose work was so beautiful. I'm like, wait, are you doing something different tomorrow? Can I please get pictures? Can I please get you explain what it is? And it's better than I imagined. This is glorious.
Thank you.
Can you please reintroduce yourself and tell our community what this cosplay is and what the story is behind it? Why'd you choose it?
Okay, so I'm Alexis. I go by Sak.Cos on Instagram. Today I am cosplaying Lady Rhea from Fire Emblem Three Houses. I love Rhea, even though she is very much a villain in the game. I adore Rhea. So Rhea is the leader of the Church of Seros. She oversees everything and she's in charge of what goes around the church. But there's something very sinister about her that is not really revealed until later on in the game. And so I really loved her character because having someone that is able to oversee and also just so strong, but then there's something about her there's something different. And so with Rhea, I just loved her, just her strength of her character. And so I really wanted to pick her. Also because, like I said yesterday, I wanted a challenge. And so when I made this, it was at the time, no one actually had made this cosplay yet. So it was a lot of trial and error to figure out how to make the different pieces. So by far the biggest obstacle of this cape is the cloak. So the biggest thing was finding out, okay, how can I make a pattern, something simple, into something very elegant? And so it really took a lot of trial and error. So the biggest thing was I had to make a cloak, a basic cloak, into something that was extravagant. So I started off with just a regular pattern, just building up from that, and then adding the little details with Rhea. And so adding her with the pleats, adding the top stitching, adding the appliques, which is crazy. And then the worst and the hardest, honestly, was ironing every single detail on this by myself. So I did all of this just because I really do like her character. I wouldn't cosplay her if I didn't. So she was a labor of love. I love wearing her. And honestly, it's one of my favorite cosplays that I've ever made, to be completely honest.
So this has been an insane amount of work. What would you say is the one part you're most proud of?
Oh, by far, can I show the back?
Sure.
So by far the back would be the most that I'm proud of. It took a solid month to figure out how to do this, how to pattern this, how to cut everything out, ironing it out, making sure everything's placed safely, making sure everything's secure. So the back by far is my proudest moment because I've never done something so complicated in detail before this outfit.
So with this big challenge done, is there something else you're looking like this is your next mountain? What's the next thing you want to conquer cosplay-wise?
Mother Miranda from Resident Evil 8. So she has these giant wings. Wings would definitely be the thing that I would love to accomplish the most. I love. I really want to work with wings. I think wings are a challenge that I've never done because wings are complicated. Transporting them, you have to figure out a way to make them sit evenly. You have to figure out a way to make all the feathers look either real or have feathers that are actually real feathers to go along with it. And then I really want a challenge, so I want to make motorized wings too. Yeah, that's going to be difficult, but I really want to at least get that notch on my belt because I've never done wings before, and it looks fun, but I know it's going to be really difficult.
So you're accomplished. You're the kind of person looking for a challenge. You can give baby you who just started out advice. Besides, get some sleep. What would you tell yourself?
Oh, without a doubt, iron your clothes, iron your cosplay. Without a doubt, the amount of photo shoots that I have paid for and gone to with wrinkly cosplay is too high. And now that I'm a graphic designer, I know how difficult it is to Photoshop out wrinkles, and it's a pain. It's such a pain. And so honestly, one of the nicest things you could do to your cosplay is at least iron it. It doesn't matter if you sewed it or if you bought it. Just going over there with a fresh iron or a steamer just to get all the wrinkles out, it makes you look cleaner and makes you look nicer, and it just makes you feel good because you look in your photos and you're like, I look great.
Awesome. Honest to God, it drives me crazy when I see a cosplay. It's like, I'm doing 12 cosplays today to try to be famous, but they don't iron them, so they don't.
Right out of the bag. And I'm like, you paid all this money for this cosplay and this photo shoot. The least you can do is at least set some heat to it and make sure you look great. Because the wrinkles, they're just not fun. They're so hard to Photoshop out. And you know this.
Yes.
Especially when it's an extremely wrinkly cosplay that they just threw in the bag.
Honestly, as a photographer, if I see someone who's just a mess, I avoid it. It's just like, you're not worth it.
It's not.
You didn't care enough to try. I don't care enough to shoot it.
It's just like, there really is just taking that extra notch to your cosplay really does make a difference. Just taking that extra little care to your cosplay, whether that's ironing, whether that's finishing your seams, whether it's just adding that little stitch just to make it something special, adding that extra step really does bring your cosplay a long way. And so that is what I recommend to you. It's just, if ironing for sure. And also, even if you have the extra time, I say just bump it up, just clean up as much as you can, because at the end of the day, you're going to be happy that you're not walking around with something that you're not proud of.
Yeah. All right, so bringing it back to this outfit, tell me about the headpiece and the items you have here, like the necklace and what those are called, holding the
Yeah,
cape. So what's the process there?
So these are actually all 3D printed.
Oh.
So this is the one thing I did not make. So these are all 3D printed from the Dangerous Ladies. They sent these as a kit, and then from there I had to sand and then like paint them for myself. But then the key was figure out how to attach each one of them. So each one of these pieces are attached by magnets that are attached to the cape. It's because it's really sewing things on and gluing things on. You want it to be secure. So I really recommend magnets, at least for these. And then for this, I made the crown by myself. So the crown is made out of foam and then the 3D pieces, but I actually redid the crown before. This is actually the second version of the crown, because the original one did not have this back portion on it or the blue part. So I just wanted to add that extra detail. And so I'm still actually upgrading pieces of my cosplay every time I go. The next thing I want to do is at least add these arrows that are on here to the back of it, so I can just make it more complete and stay a little bit more to the character.
I absolutely love it when there's a cosplayer who already does phenomenal work like yourself, but who also keeps improving the project. So every time I go and see them again, it's like, oh, you look even more magnificent. And I'm looking forward to that with you.
It's just like, I put a lot of time in my cosplays. I put a lot of money in my cosplays, put a lot of work. And I just really want to be completely proud of what I'm putting out into the world and what I'm bringing to not the cosplay scene, but just to conventions in general. Even though I don't compete, I still like feeling good that what I'm wearing is something that I'm proud of.
Well, one more time, can you tell our community where we can find you?
So I am Sak.Cos on Instagram, so sak.cos.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was so good seeing you again.
All right.